It's time for another episode of Left Hand Poetry. I'm your host and poet, Rob Murray. Well, it's a week after I recorded my last episode, and the snow is almost off the ground, and what's left is something more of a sorbet texture after some rain and some warmer temperatures melted it away. But you're not here for the weather forecast in my area. You're here for a poem. And I brought up the sorbet texture because this week's poem is back in the weird a little bit. It's a poem called Mental Sorbet from my book Regret and Opportunity, and I explained the genesis of the poem in the poem itself. So I won't linger any longer, and instead, on with the poem. Mental Sorbet. While drafting the foreword for a collection of poems, I coined the phrase mental sorbet. At first, it seemed a clever allusion to cleansing one's palate, should the conceptual corners of the brain have such a thing. Unfortunately, as I returned to that phrase and used it again and again, because one should never let a clever allusion go underutilized, I found myself in need of that eponymous substance. For you see, the phrase itself dredged up in my mind's eye that scene from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, where they are enjoying monkey brains for dessert. And it's a short leap from brain sorbet to mental sorbet. Again, that was Mental Sorbet from my most recent book of poems, Regret and Opportunity. If you liked this poem, you can buy entire books of my poetry. Just visit my website, robertcmurray.com, and scroll down a bit past the stuff about my sci-fi novel series. I'm also on Twitter. I'm at lefthandrob, and I'd love to hear from you. And also, if Facebook is more your thing, I'm there as well. I'm Robert C. Murray Poet. While I'm at it, please be sure to subscribe to the podcast and leave a rating and review. Those go far to help even more people discover the podcast. Finally, please remember that all Black Lives Matter. You can check my blog, lefthandrob.net, for more information on how you can help support the cause. That's it for now. So until next time, this has been Left Hand Poetry.